Hello YouTube, welcome to a windy Dartmoor. It's a nice day, it's clear, the sun's out, it's damn windy. I've just parked up at Belstone. I'm only doing a short trip, so I'm just going across Belstone Common, Belstone Tor, the Irishman's Wall, and then on to Higher Tor. So I'm going to camp up at Higher Tor. I don't think I've camped there before. I think I've been through it, but I haven't camped on it. It's 5 o'clock. I've sort of finished work in the area for the day, working back again tomorrow, so I'm not walking massively far. It's only I think a mile and a half or so from the car. But the weather's making it hard work because it is hot and sweaty, and you have to excuse the state of my face more than you normally would. I was out over the weekend doing a 2-day powerboat, level 2 powerboat course. So I was out on the sea for 2 whole days. And the first day it was a lot sunnier than I thought it was going to be, and I got burnt really badly. So my forehead is crunching up nicely now. So it looks like the surface of the moon if you get too close up. So if you're watching this in 4K, you might want to dial down the resolution a little bit. I'm going to head up this tour, have a look around when we get there. Hopefully you can hear me, it's really windy up here. So over there is Road Tour, West Mill Tour, Yes Tour, and then High Wheelhaze. High Wheelhaze is the highest point in the south of England below the Brecon Beacons. Right, I'm going to keep on going. Going to get over Belstone Tor, which I'm on now, and head down the other side. It's definitely a windy one. Jeez. Well, it is incredibly windy up here, and there is some nasty looking clouds coming over. So that was the tour I'm heading up to. I'll have a look and see what it's like, see if I can find a sheltered spot. I don't really want to turn this into a failed camp or a mad weather camp. Just want to do a camp up on Higher Tor. So I'm going to have a nose around there, just see if there's anywhere sheltered that I can get behind. If not, I may have to drop down into the valley, which annoyingly there's a river down there, so I could have gone without lugging 2 litres of water around on my back. There you go, at least when I got the water I got the option to go anywhere. My last camp, the ultralight one that I did, I just took my water filter and 600ml bottle with me. So when I went to the spot that I was going to camp at, and the little pond there was completely bone dry, I then had to walk miles to find the river. So at least this way I may be carrying the extra weight, but I can camp anywhere I want, so always handy. Jeez, this is hard work. I'm going against the wind all the way up here. And so this is the Irishman's Wall. And this is Higher Tor. I believe it was called the Irishman's Wall because they got Irishmen to build it to separate the land out. I'm not 100% sure. If you know, comment below. Someone did tell me once, but I have a memory like a sieve, so I can't remember. I did find a little sheltered spot at Belstone Tor, just the other side of it, which might work. But I thought I'd have a look here, just in case there's anything decent on Higher Tor. Jeez, it is so windy. I was trying to pan around earlier on with doing a bit of slow filming, and the camera's like blowing everywhere. Right, let's have a look down here, see if there's anywhere sheltered I can find. So oddly, I'm on the most open section up at Higher Tor, and I went down the back of the tour over there, and there's nowhere really. I saw a space which I thought that looked perfect. When I get there it's about a 30-degree angle, so no good. But I can see this big area here, which is quite a nice big flat spot, but it's in between 2 lots of rocks on the tools. And that one there seems to be protecting it pretty much well from the wind. According to the forecast, the wind isn't going to change, so it's coming sort of southwest. So I think I'll be alright here. Look at my hair. It's a flyaway and unmanageable. Right, I'm going to get pitched up. See what the tent's like in this wind. Pub quiz. Higher Tor is lower than all the other tours I've just walked on, plus the tours on the other side. So comment below, tell me why it's called Higher Tor. So basically it's made out of the same material as the Lanshan, silicone, nylon, waterproof base. So yeah, tiny and lightweight. See what it looks like with my tent on it. Right, so there's the axe middle set up. I've got two guy out lines on the top there for the wind, and I've got the guy out points on the door, so that actually increases the interior space as well. I've pegged down the ends here at the bottom. It's not too bad here, so it's fairly windy, but it's not too bad. But here is the footprint. So this fits, not perfectly, but pretty good inside, and it gives you coverage for the vestibule, and that's on both sides, so you can keep your gear dry down here off the ground if it's wet, which is quite nice. And yeah, I had a lovely clean tent when I first started. I took 2 bags out of my pocket from setting up the tent, threw them inside here, and one of them was the tent peg bag, which was full of crusty old dirt and dust and mud, and it emptied all in the inside of my tent, which is a bit annoying. Right, get the rest of my gear set up. It's nice. I've just been for a little wander around the tour, and some idiot has chucked a Lucozade bottle, just rammed it between the rocks, done on purpose. It's not accidentally fallen out of a bag. Lazy gits. Anyway, I'll take that out with me. So tonight I'm going for something a little bit different for my food. It's still in a pot, but I've gone for a pot noodle, but it's a pot pasta carbonara, king pot. Just fancied that, thought I'd give it a try. Got some fuel porridge for breakfast, and I've got a couple of snack bars as well, so sort of protein, salted caramel nut bars. I've also brought my fat boil, which is a fake jet boil. So I've got my Planet X Jobsworth stove. So this is one I did a little review on it a little while back. It's not a bad little size. Everything's in here. The stove, gas canister, pot stand, and obviously tin itself. So yeah, I just thought I'd use that tonight. Bit of a change. So I'll get some water boiled now. I think I'll make myself a cup of coffee, chill out here, and just look out across the moors. It's a lovely spot, and the it's nice. I like it. The sun's coming out, just breaking through occasionally. Lots of cloud flying across, but it's not looking too bad. Fingers crossed. Right, my pasta is rehydrating in my shoe, inside the pot, inside my shoe, not just poured inside my shoe, obviously. I still get a lot of people ask me about my coffee and what coffee it is and where I get it. I've mentioned it in loads of my videos, but in case you haven't, if you're interested in a really, really decent coffee, when you're out camping, it's the Kenko Duo pods. So pretty small, very lightweight. That's it there. This is the cappuccino version. You get a latte, they do salted caramel, etc, etc, but cappuccino is my favourite. Very simple. It's not the cheapest things in the world. I think it's about £3.50 for 6. But occasionally do them on offers in Tesco's, get them to £2.50 with your club card, so worth a go. Very good coffee. I don't know what it is with pot noodles. I never fill it up to the line with water, because I always find it's too much, so I always put less in, because I can always add more if I need it. But it's still too watery. But it tastes nice. Well, it's alright. I've had better carbonara, but I suppose it makes a bit of a change from my usual noodles anyway. It's warm, and it's food. It'll do. So by now you're probably wondering what the hell the thumbnail's all about. I hadn't intended the video to have this thumbnail. This was going to be just a normal camp out somewhere I haven't been on Dartmoor before, and that was it. But it's one of those things where you start thinking that, you know, you try and run a channel and you try and do it well, and it's difficult. A lot of people sort of go, oh, you know, you're out camping all the time and doing videos and get sent loads of free stuff. And yeah, I do, and I'm lucky in that respect, don't get me wrong. But there's a huge amount of pressure to sort of keep up the content and to keep doing it. And I've turned down lots of stuff to review, and I only review equipment that is generally relevant to my channel, and stuff that I think is good and that maybe you guys out there haven't seen before. So I want to do a review on it to sort of tell you whether or not it's worthwhile buying it, and something that you may not know about. A bit like the Get Out Gear chair, you know, that's pretty much unheard of in this country, so it is something that's different. But it's also an excuse for a video, doing a review. And I used to do reviews, just a video review just on the product, and then a camping review on the camp that I did at the same time. That's just a matter of getting numbers up there, getting views out there, getting videos out there. So rather than incorporate the review into the video itself, which is what I'm going to do tonight, I always used to do a separate review video. And the reason why I started this channel in the first place was not to become a YouTuber, and I'm not a YouTuber by any way, shape or form. But realistically, it was to document my hobby and my, you know, adventures out wild camping. I've got a 9-year-old boy. I'm 55 this year, so there's going to be a lot of his life that I'm not around. And you know, YouTube, unless it goes down the pan and loses all my videos, is a type of media where he can look back in 30 years' time and watch his dad on TV and you know, see my videos and enjoy what I enjoy, and maybe go and do the same thing himself. So realistically, it was done initially as a way of documenting my life and what I do in my time now, something that, you know, my parents never had, or Polaroid pictures or black and white photographs. That was all I ever had. So that was why I did it. But it's getting to a point now where it does feel like there's just pressure to get out and do a video and get views and get subs. And there's a lot of people out there that do, you know, fake videos. Every night they go out, something spooky or creepy happens, they get attacked, or there's a ghost, or someone's, you know, rummaging around in their tent. And I've had one or two experiences myself, one that was on film, that was the only one. But I'm clever enough and imaginative enough to do something like that myself, but it's just not me. It's just fake stuff to get views and get subs. And frustratingly, when you look at this and you think this is just ridiculous, yeah, they get tens of thousands of subscribers from the videos and hundreds of thousands of views, and you think it's all just a load of cock and bull. It's a very competitive market out there. You know, wild camping, there's hundreds and hundreds of channels, thousands probably, and you're going to have people that you like and that you don't like. So you'll subscribe to some and not to others. But it's so flooded, apart from the ones that are already currently very successful, it's very rare that anyone shoots through the ranks and gets up there as quick as anyone else. One guy who I watched pretty much from the beginning, My Life Outdoors, American chap, and he started, and I think within a year he was on something like 75,000 subs. The videos are very good, very well edited. He's a very knowledgeable person, and he's on 200,000 now. So yeah, he's an extreme But otherwise, the rest of us sort of just disappear into the ether behind the mainstream channels. And it does start to make you think, you know what? Am I going out camping now to do a video, or am I going out camping to enjoy a camp? And I think that's where that fine line is, where you think, I'm not doing this for me anymore. I'm doing it for everyone else. So I don't know if I'm going to continue with YouTube or not. It's a difficult decision because I do enjoy doing it, but it's the stress and pressure of having to do it, and that takes away the enjoyment. And if you enjoy your work, great. If you don't, then you need to change your job. And this is my job. You know, I get paid a pittance for what I make on YouTube, and for the amount of time, hours and effort that you put into it, and what it costs you with equipment, with food, with travel, with parking, with, you know, all the stuff that you buy. It's not a cheap hobby, and if you're not getting any money back from it, which I get very, very little, then it's not really worth it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking I might jack it in. Obviously, if you do like my channel and you are one of those few people that subscribe and enjoy watching, then please comment below, let me know your thoughts. One of the frustrating things that I find is that at the moment I've got 13,000 odd subscribers, and you put a video up and you get 2,000 or 3,000 views, and then when you look at the analytics, 70% of those views are from non-subscribers. So you're getting 500 to 800 views from your subscribers of 13,000. It's like, why have you got 13,000 subscribers and a few hundred are watching? What's the point? I know we subscribe to many, many channels, and it ends up being too many to watch them all. But yeah, it gets in the back of your head, and you think, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? Why am I doing it? Why am I even bothering? So anyway, moan over. I've had my dinner. I've had my coffee. I'm just chilling out. The sun has just broken through, and it is boiling hot on my back now. It's lovely. So I'm just going to chill out here, relax, and enjoy a camp without filming. I'm going to bed now. It's late. I'm very tired. I've been waiting for ages to do this video because I've got a bunch of squaddies behind me who are on nighttime manoeuvres. And there's one guy sitting perched right on the rocks, chatting away. Anyway, hopefully they keep quiet. I'll see you guys in the morning. Morning. I did not sleep well last night. It took me forever to get off, and I feel rough as a badger's arse this morning. It was quite weird last night. I was literally just laying in bed, waiting for it to get dark, so I could do the torch review. And you can hear noises around you all the time, sheep and other animals and what have you. And I heard bipedal footsteps. It was like thump, 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 thump. I thought, I'll put it down to my imagination. And then I heard a zip, which sounded like a tent zip, like a long zip, went zzz. I thought, right, well, that's not an animal. So I've opened the back door, because it was behind me by the rocks. Looked out, and there's a squaddy perched up on the rocks with his backpack, setting out some gear. And I looked at him and I went, all right? And he looked at me and went, oh yeah. So he had his phone out, like perched on the rocks, like he was filming. So I said to him, "Oh, were you filming something?" And he said, "Oh no, I'm overseeing some guys doing a nighttime tab across Dartmoor. So they'll be running across here in a minute." So I was like, "Okay." So I left it a while, and then a bunch of them came past, and they were chatting. And then about half hour later, another bunch of them came past, and they were chatting. And I got out afterwards, and I said, "Oh, so do you going to be here much longer?" He said, "Oh, about another hour." This was about 11 o'clock last night. He said, "I've got 2 more lots coming through." So I was like, "Right, well then you're going to think I'm mad talking to myself over here with a torch, so I've got to do a review." So yeah, he was still chatting when I was trying to get to sleep, with more of his troops going past on exercise. So thanks for that. Made me have a late night. Didn't get to sleep. Overslept this morning. I'm knackered. So I'm getting a coffee on. What I found quite funny was the first batch that turned up after I'd been doing the torch review. I heard them say to him, "Was there a search and rescue team up here earlier on?" He was like, "No way." He said, "We could just see these like search and rescue lights all over the tour up here." And he went, "Nah, there's a guy down there doing YouTube videos and a review on torches." So they obviously seemed pretty good, because that was about half an hour before they turned up, so they could be seen from a fair distance. And each group turned up, commented on a drunk Spanish group that were camping, that were asking them for lighters because they had no way of lighting their gas for cooking, and they were camping. And as each group turned up, they told a slightly different story. And the last group turned up, said that they went past this Spanish woman and a couple of other people crunching on dried meals because they had no way of boiling any water. Bless them. I was thinking maybe I should change the thumbnail to "Attacked by the SAS on Dartmoor." I'll get the views up, won't it? So I'm very glad I used that little ground sheet that I got from 3FUL. The ground is pretty much bone dry, or it feels it. And obviously when the bottom of your tent gets soaking wet, you get home, you've got to hang it out, air it, dry it. It's a bit of a pain, particularly if you haven't got much space or the weather's not good. And I put that ground sheet down last night, and say bone dry this morning, got it up, and obviously sitting overnight, the underside of it is absolutely soaked. So I'm really glad I've done that, because I haven't got to now put my tent up when I get home, so I can just take the ground sheet out, footprint, and just hang it up in the garage, because it's a lot smaller, much easier. So anyway, that was where I was camped last night. That was where the soldier was sitting all night long with his troops wandering past me. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's not my last one, but I don't know. I will see how it goes. I'm going to head back to the car now. Got a couple of meetings this morning. So anyway, as always, if you did enjoy it, hit a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you all on the next one.